Hey, how you doing out there today? Whew. I'm sorry I'm a day late kind of releasing my weekly videos. I had a little bit of a scare, and it just happens to be that my scare kind of related to what I was going to speak about this week, and I'm kind of winging it because I had an issue and my mind's really not, all together right now. But I was going to talk about, our cancer and some of the other conditions that arises and it causes us, and also some of the side effects of our medications, and some of the diseases and illnesses that our medications can cause us, or some of the issues that can arise just from taking that medication. And I have been so blessed and so fortunate that up until yesterday I had not had any of those problems, but I got blasted with a big one yesterday. But through the grace of God, I think that I dodged a pretty big bullet, because it was not what I was told it was as of so far. I still haven't gone to sleep yet, so I'm hoping. But, I have multiple myeloma, which is an incurable blood and bone cancer that gets in your bone marrow. And a lot of the issues that arise with us is through our medications. We end up with digestive system problems. I'll share a little bit about what just happened with me now, and the huge scare that I just had is that we have to take blood thinners, most of us who are on medications for the cancer we have. And once we get to a certain point, we are on a maintenance chemo. I always had to do the blood thinners from the point I was paralyzed, because at one point I was 100% paralyzed. And, well, I wouldn't say 100, that's quadriplegic. I would say 80% paralyzed. Because, yes, I couldn't even feed myself. I couldn't hold myself up. But I did have to give myself shots in my stomach with Fragment, and those are blood clots that we had to watch out for. And Fragment was a blood thinner. And I still have to take Eliquis to this day, because apparently my medication, there is a risk of blood clots, and that medication holds a whole other risk. But today I had noticed that my left leg, yesterday, my left foot felt very numb. And even though I wasn't standing on anything, because I was still in the sitting position, I felt as though I was standing on something, and it was numb and it has swollen. But I didn't notice it until after the hours of my doctor closed, and I called my cancer center, and they told me to hold, that they would get a on-call doctor on the line. And they said, actually, they told me it was going to take a few minutes, that they took my phone number and they'd call me back in 5 minutes. Well, actually, they called me back in about 3 minutes, and the doctor came on the line, and she asked me my symptoms, and I hadn't got 3 sentences out of my mouth, and she told me to hang up and immediately dial 911, that I was having a stroke. Whew. Now, I've been through hospice, given only days to live, okay, and totally paralyzed and fought back. And I have been to the point where I have accepted it, and we think that we are always ready. But we hear those words, a stroke, and we think of all these people. Like, here I am, 49. There was somebody, Luke Perry, who just had a massive stroke, and there was nothing they could do for him. just a few months ago, and I'm just thinking, wow. And I have a caregiver that is always here and lives with me, and it just happened to be they had just gone to the store, and I'm fumbling with the phone, and I can't even dial the 911, because first I want to dial 911, then I'm going to dial my caregiver. It took me 3 tries to dial 911. Then I'm trying my caregiver, and I mean, through the grace of God, my caregiver ended up pulling in like right immediately once I talked to them, so that worked out. But I get there, and the paramedics get here, and my service dog, she knows something's going on, and I'm taken to the hospital, and they have to do all the tests and everything. And fortunately for me, I don't think that I had a stroke. I know I haven't had a stroke yet, but I guess it was the precaution that they were taking. But yes, I still had the ambulance ride, and actually I'm still a little nervous because of it, and rightfully so. But we don't ever prepare for these things. These are things that we go through. But they did some tests on me. They did the sonogram to see if the blood clot was still in my leg, because my leg is still very swollen, so is my foot. But we had rain a few weeks ago. We have mosquito season. And sometimes I roll out and watch my pretty birds on the porch in the mornings. And I have been bitten by mosquitoes. So it looks like I have gotten an infection in my blood in my left legs, because also my immune system is a little compromised. So as of right now, I don't know, because I have to follow through with a primary doctor. But from what it looks like, as of right now, I'm on some heavy antibiotics to take a look at the blood, I guess. Whatever's going on with them, they figured it out. So, but sure enough, I will be following up come morning and see what's going on. But back to what I was saying, that's one thing we have to do, is we have to definitely be diligent and follow up on these things, because when you have one illness like this, it opens the door for so many others, and we really have to take care of ourselves and stay on point with these things. My mind, has been 5 years that I've had this chemotherapy, and my mind was already gone when I went through hospice care, and I had a lot of deterioration, and I've had a lot of medication that I've gone through, and a lot of pain medications, now taken for granted. I'm probably one of the very few people in 5 years that has never gone up on my pain medication. I have always gone down. And let's see, I have over 18 fractures in my spine, rib cage, leg, and hips, and my skull, my femur, my tibia, like I said, both sides of my rib cage, my hip joint, my back. It's just, my whole body is tore up. But there's no point in me going up on pain medication, because our body will adapt naturally and fight some of the pain. And if we try to mask it with pain medication, when we really do need those medications, they're not going to work anyway. And we lie to ourselves if we try to over-medicate, and it just does no good. And my mind doesn't work as it is. I drive my caregiver crazy. So I can only imagine how I would drive my caregiver if I was in a complete stupor. I mean, even when I speak, it's hard for me to speak. Even now, I'm sure you're listening to me in the video and probably think, what's the matter with this guy? He can't speak. My mouth is so dry from medications and from, I don't know, some side effect from so many things, that it drives me crazy. It's frustrating. I'm always have hard candies, lifesavers. I'm constantly drinking water, but it just never helps me. But back to the, other conditions. People with multiple myeloma, it's usually a stomach or a gastro problem that we have because, like I said, we get so many medications that we end up with constipation. And I will tell you the best thing that I have found is if you have Miralax. I should have brought a bottle to show you, but all my medications are in the medicine area. But Miralax works wonderful if you take the cap and fill it and put it with your coffee every morning. Take 1 cap of Miralax, put it in your coffee every single morning, and you will usually go, as normal as you possibly can with this horrible disease. Now, other problems is migraines. I ended up with migraines. I had never had headaches before in my life. Now I am going to attribute another video at another time to migraines and cluster headaches because I could not do them justice just speaking about them right now because they take everything out of you. I had never experienced them before, and when I finally got them, I tell you what, when people say they have a headache, I understand one thing, but when they say they have a migraine, and if you never had one, let me tell you what, they are so debilitating. You can have no light, no sound, no touch, no nothing, and you almost wish that you were dead. Whenever you have those things, they are so bad. It's just you wish for anything to bring it to an end. I'm not trying to say you wish death upon you or anything like that, but they are so bad that you just wish anything to bring them to a peaceful conclusion. Because I have been through a lot of stuff, and migraines are probably the most horrible things to experience if you've ever had them. I have clusters, and until I actually ended up getting Botox shots, I never found anything that could help me. I mean, I still took sumatriptan, topamate. I have always had ice patches that I kept in the freezer. You always have to be in complete darkness, no sound, no noise, but they are another thing. So migraines is another thing that comes with the cancer and the treatments. Usually stomach issues, migraines, paralysis, and movements come with multiple myeloma. So it's very important that you do physical therapy and try to stay moving. And that actually will help you with the constipation as well because you stay moving. Unfortunately, it has the other effect, opposite effect with the migraines because it does it did cause a lot of migraines and made my migraines worse when I was doing my physical therapy part, unfortunately. But there's other things. Everybody's different, but you're always going to have some kind of effect from the initial disease. And that's very unfortunate, but fortunately, so far, I've been blessed in only having a couple. I just hope that, people who see this video, please keep me in your prayers. I always keep everybody in my prayers who's going through anything at all health-wise, because I know that this is no joke out there. But I always say stay positive, keep up your, stay strong, keep the faith, stay focused, don't give up, don't get discouraged. We kick this disease in the rear by not living like we have that, and don't take things for granted. Every day is a blessing, and you enjoy every day that we have. Okay, I'm running out of time, but I want to thank you guys. You're in my prayers. I hope I'm in yours. God bless you.